Hello and welcome to episode 37 of Mad Dialogue with me, Michelle.
Me,
I
Skylar.
hope everybody is doing really, really well. Without further ado, let's jump into it. I did come across this story, I want to say a couple of months ago, but it was probably a month ago because time moves so fast. But I was aware of it and I was really horrified when I heard the story. So let me get into it. Sick attack. A girl who raped, scalped, and tried to kill 5-year-old with boy 9 appears in court as victim's parents plead with judge. A mother has made an emotional plea after 2 children allegedly ferociously attacked her 5-year-old daughter. A child charged with raping and attempting to murder a 5-year-old girl has appeared in court for the first time as the alleged victim's mother issued a tearful plea to the judge. The 10-year-old girl allegedly attacked the child in Cleveland, Ohio in September, leaving her severely injured and disfigured. Sorry, there's a lot of breaks in the article, so please bear with me. Okay. Police launched an investigation into the savage attack and later charged the girl alongside a 9-year-old boy with attempted murder, rape, assault, kidnapping, and strangulation. Appearing in court for the first time, the accused girl wore a face mask and a pink coat and was accompanied by an unidentified woman wearing a hood over her head and walking with a cane. She has not been named publicly because of her age. Antavia Kennebrew, mother of the victim, also appeared in court, pleading with the judge to not be lenient with the accused children. This type of behavior doesn't deserve grace. They knew what they were doing and they were okay with that, she said. They even played after not caring about my baby. Kennebrew's daughter showed signs of strangulation, had a big lump on her head, and appeared to have been allegedly beaten and raped. My daughter has been going through it, and that's how it should be for the offenders, Kennebrew added. This type of behavior doesn't deserve grace. Kennebrew had previously posted on Facebook about the traumatic moments she found her child on the day of the attack. I found my daughter unresponsive, bloody, with hair pulled from her scalp, her body covered in bruises, she wrote. I couldn't believe what I saw in front of me. My daughter did not look like herself. She was traumatized. In court, neither the accused girl nor the woman accompanying her spoke. However, her lawyers denied the charges. The 10-year-old was placed on home detention with an ankle monitor. The judge noted the girl's parents were not at the hearing and ordered for a competency evaluation. She will return to court in January. Her co-accused, the 9-year-old boy, was slated to join her in court, however, failed to appear. His lawyer asked for a continuance, claiming his mother's car had broken down on the way to the courthouse. The judge rescheduled the hearing for the boy, warning that if he didn't appear for the next date, she would issue an arrest warrant. Kennebrew said the children took her daughter by her hand and walked her to a field that was far away from the residence. In that field, they beat my daughter until she was unconscious, she said. They ripped out her hair. They also shoved sticks down her throat. They stripped her naked and strangled her with her own shirt, the emotional mother added. Kennebrew said her daughter had been experiencing behavioral problems since the brutal incident. She is mentally not okay, she said. Me not getting justice for my daughter makes me feel like I failed her. Kennebrew said her daughter had been unrecognizable following the alleged attack. I literally saw the worst thing ever, she said. I couldn't wrap my head around it. She described the scene as unbelievable, alleging that her daughter had been raped as well as being viciously beaten and scalped. My daughter was not my daughter, she said. Kennebrew recounted the horrifying scene, saying her hair was scalped from her head. She had bruises and blood all over her body. Her eyes, her lips, and mouth were filled with blood, she added. Her nails had debris and dirt stuck in it. The case will return to court in January. And that is as much as we have on the story. What's your thoughts?
I think with cases like this, I do think, especially when it's this extreme, that there shouldn't be any leniency at all when charging the children that did this to her. You know what I mean? Because I think like as the mother said, like there comes a point in your life when you know right from wrong. And it's not a thing where you could say, oh, because they're underage to a certain degree, that, or especially because it's like under the age of 10 as well, that
Well, the girl's 10 and the
mm,
boy's 9.
so yeah, I feel like even like in that sense, I don't know, like they're, it's not like kids them in that age group just do that, you know what I mean? Like this is a big thing where it's like they should be held accountable, especially because like the poor little girl, you know what I mean? Like if she doesn't get justice for that, like what does that say as a whole, that it's okay to just do that?
And this
You
is
know what
my
I
thing as
mean?
well, and I find it interesting that it doesn't say nothing about the boy
Mm,
per se, as much as the girl is being detained at home with an ankle monitor.
mm,
Well, what's wrong with the detention center?
yeah.
But that's what she deserves
But
at
there's
the
many
end of the
kids
day.
who've stolen things
But
and ended up in detention centers. So why isn't that good enough for her?
see, what's going to happen is now they're going to use the parents as the reason. Now, don't get me wrong. For children to be doing the things that they're doing here, there has to be some problem at home. Let's
Mm,
be for real, okay? Because children are not, I don't believe they're just born that way. Do you know
no.
what I mean? So I don't know what they're subjected to or whatnot and whatnot. Me personally, I think that, like you say, they're old enough to know right from wrong. And it's like this for me. If they're at school, okay, and say for example they forget, they don't do their homework, yeah, they're going to get some form of punishment, no, whether it be detention or they have to miss lunch break or whatever, whatever. The
Mm,
point I'm making is if you're at school and you can get punished for something as simple as that, then you should be punished for something as major as
yeah.
this. Do you know what I'm saying? Because and then you do what you do and then you go off and play
Like,
totally oblivious to what you've done. Like, but I mean, don't get me wrong. If these children are shown to be that they have some psychological problem where they really don't know right from wrong,
mm,
then fair enough. But if they're proved that they're competent, then they need to be punished. As for the mother who said that her car broke down on the way to court, I don't believe that for a minute. I think this woman is really trying to evade this, like, and be like, yeah, I punished him. He had no PlayStation for a week.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? But it did make me think of a case that happened here in the UK. And sorry, before I forget, I usually say where I got that information from. It was the US Sun or the Sun US newspaper. So if you want to read the article for yourself, that's where I got it. This information I got from Wikipedia. So there were two 10-year-old boys called Robert Thompson and John Venables, and they abducted, tortured, and murdered a 2-year-old boy, James Patrick Bolger. Um, they lured him away from New Strand Shopping Centre in Bootle, where Bolger was visiting shops with his mother. His mutilated body was found on a railway line 2.5 miles away in Walton, Liverpool, 2 days later. Now, they did serve time, but however, upon being released from prison, they were put and it's in Wikipedia, it's in air quotes, like a witness protection type program where they were relocated and given new identities, even to the point where they changed their passports, birth certificates, national insurance number. So basically, for me, they protected the criminals in this
mm.
case. However, later on, sorry, I have to find it because I have to make sure I'm reading from the actual. I don't want to just be saying it off the top of my head. Um, I'm sure it was Thompson that basically served, he committed a crime, he served time for it again after that, and then he was rearrested and served time for child pornography. So, and this is as an adult now. So you
Mm,
see, for me, you can say that you're rehabilitating people and do you know what I mean? But clearly they have the potential to reoffend.
mm,
And so with those children, if they are not dealt with correctly, as the mother said, they shouldn't be shown no leniency.
yeah.
They should have to pay for the crime that they committed because they were old enough to know exactly what they were doing.
No,
Do you know what I mean? Because if they don't, these children would not have learned anything from their actions and then will go on to do it again and probably next time end up killing a child.
Yeah. No facts.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm realizing that you see this case with little Jamie Bolger, it was like the worst case that they'd heard of in the UK because it was done by children. But if we look at recent times, this is becoming something that is more and more commonplace. The other day I read an article, this boy, I'm sure he was either 13 or 14, and he invited his friend from school round to his house and then proceeded to murder the boy and dismember him and then eat him, saying that it tasted like McDonald's crispy chicken. Anyway, and when they asked him why he did it, he said he just wanted to see what it was like.
It's just so messed up, man.
And so what is the world coming to when children want to kill children? Do you know what I mean?
No, for real.
And or harm them, because I'm not being funny. If that little girl hadn't been found in time, she would have died.
Yeah.
She would have died, right? Because that was a lot what they did to her. A lot. And it's just the thought. It's like, I don't want to think about it too much because I did read the original article and the way how it was explained in that, it was so raw.
Yeah.
And it was just so like, how can children do this to another child? Hearing her scream, crying, she would have been calling for her mum. There's no two ways about it. And you still continued and then walked away and left her when you'd finished. No. And I also think, yeah, and you can disagree if you want to, but I also think that the parents should serve time as well.
No, rightly so. Like,
I think the parents should serve time, and if they've got any siblings or whatever, they should be removed from the home. Yeah,
because if your child's doing something as despicable as that, like, what is seriously going on?
Exactly. What are you doing to your child? So you need to serve the time with not with your child, because we're not making it easy for anybody here, but like everybody should serve time. That's just my opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? But don't be going out there committing no crime. But you're 18 now, so I wouldn't have to. You just do that bird on your own. But yeah. Anyway. So, because it's such a deep thing, I don't want to continue any further. Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to put it out there, the facts, and do you know what I mean? Just to get your opinion on what you think and so on and so forth, because yeah, that one's deep. Do you know what I mean? So on that note, I think we'll leave it here this week. Yes. As always, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really, really do appreciate you. I'm not even joking. I'm so serious. As always, I'm sending an abundance of love and light, and it's goodbye from me, Michelle, and goodbye from Skylar.
Bye.
Bye.